Welcome to my channel. Subscribe my channel.
The sky over Australia changed in a way no one had ever seen before.
The sky over Australia changed in a way no one had ever seen before. It started as a strange green glow spreading slowly across the clouds. At first, people thought it was some kind of rare weather event. Some even took out their phones to record it. Social media quickly filled with videos. The sky looked beautiful, but something felt wrong. Then the light got brighter, and the silence came. Birds stopped flying. The wind stopped moving. Even the noise of the cities faded. It was like the world itself was holding its breath. High above, something huge began to appear. Massive shapes slowly came out of the green light. Giant alien ships, dark, smooth, and completely still. They did not make any sound, but their presence was heavy and terrifying. People froze. Some ran. Some just stared. Within seconds, panic spread everywhere. Then, without warning, the attack began. Bright beams of energy shot down from the ships. Buildings exploded. Roads broke apart. Cars flipped. Fire started across the cities. Sydney was hit first. Then Melbourne. Then Brisbane. Humanity had no time to prepare. Military forces tried to respond, but the alien technology was far beyond anything on Earth. Jets were destroyed in the air. Defense systems failed before they could even lock on. It felt like the end had come. But something strange was happening far away from the cities. The aliens sent ground troops into the wild areas of Australia, the deserts, the deep forests, and the thick jungles. They were searching for survivors, cleaning the planet. At first, everything seemed normal. Then, the reports stopped. One squad disappeared. Then another. Then 10 more. The alien command ship tried to contact them again and again. No answer. No signals. No movement. Just silence. Inside the main ship, the alien commander watched the data screen carefully. His face showed no emotion, but his voice was tense. Report. An officer replied, "We are losing units in non-urban zones." "'Cause unknown." "Are humans attacking?" the commander asked. "No, sir. No human presence detected." The room went quiet. If humans were not there, then what was destroying their soldiers? Down below, in the dark and wild lands of Australia, something was moving, watching, waiting, and whatever it was not afraid. The alien command did not believe in fear. They believed in control, data, and power. So when their ground units stopped responding, they made a simple decision. Send more troops. This time they sent a stronger squad into the Australian outback. These soldiers had better armor, advanced scanners, and powerful weapons. Nothing on Earth, they believed, could challenge them. The desert stretched wide and empty under a burning sun. Red sand, dry air, and silence everywhere. The alien squad moved in formation. Their scanners searched for humans. "Life forms detected," one soldier said. The squad leader turned. "Humans?" The scanner paused for a second. "Negative. Unknown animals." The aliens relaxed. Some even laughed. "Primitive creatures," one of them said. "No threat." They continued forward. That was their first mistake. From a distance, something was watching them. A large kangaroo stood still on a hill, its eyes locked on the strange invaders. It did not run. It did not fear. It waited. Then suddenly, it moved. With incredible speed, the kangaroo jumped forward, covering a huge distance in seconds. Before the aliens could react, it slammed into one of them with massive force. The soldier flew back, crashing hard into the ground. His armor cracked. The squad froze in shock. "What was that?" one shouted. Before they could recover, more movement came from the sides. Dingoes. Fast. Silent. Coordinated. They surrounded another alien soldier, moving like trained hunters. One attacked from the front, while another came from behind. The alien fired wildly, but it was too late. He went down. Now panic started to rise. "This is not normal," the leader said. "Form defense." But he never finished. From above, something dropped. A shadow moved through the air, quick and deadly. An animal from the trees attacked another soldier, striking his neck with sharp claws. The alien collapsed instantly. The squad fired their weapons in all directions. Energy blasts hit the ground, the rocks, the air. But they could not hit their enemy, because the enemy was everywhere, and nowhere. Within minutes, the entire squad was gone. No survivors. No signals sent back. Only broken armor left behind in the red sand. Far away inside the alien command ship, the system updated again. Unit lost. The commander stared at the screen. This time there was no mistake. These were not random attacks. These creatures were fighting with purpose. They were fast. They were strong. And most dangerous of all, they were hunting. The alien commander was no longer calm. 2 squads had vanished. No clear enemy. No clear reason. That was unacceptable. "This planet is being underestimated," he said. "Prepare adaptive units." This time they sent their best. Elite soldiers landed in different wild zones across Australia. Their armor was sealed tight. No air gaps. No weak points. Their helmets had advanced vision, heat, motion, and life detection. Every step was tracked. Every risk calculated. They would not be surprised again. At least, that was the plan. One unit moved into a dense forest. Tall trees blocked the sunlight. The air felt heavy and wet. Strange sounds echoed from every direction. "Stay alert," the leader said. Their scanners showed dozens of small life forms nearby. Too small to matter. Suddenly, one soldier stopped. "Something is on me." The others turned. "What do you mean?" "It's inside my suit." That was impossible. The armor was fully sealed. But the soldier began to panic. He dropped his weapon and started hitting his chest. "It's moving." Seconds later he screamed. His body shook violently as something tiny crawled under his armor. The others stepped back in confusion. Then he fell. No enemy in sight. No attack detected. Just dead. Far away, another unit crossed a dry riverbed. The ground looked safe. Too safe. One step forward and a snake struck. Fast. Invisible. Its fangs hit the small gap near the boot joint. Just one tiny opening. The alien fired instantly, killing the creature. But it was already too late. "Poison detected," the system said. The soldier tried to stay calm. His armor pumped medicine into his body. It didn't work. Within seconds, his vision blurred. His body shut down. He collapsed. The rest of the unit stepped back. "How is this possible?" one whispered. They had fought advanced civilizations before. But this was different. Here, even the smallest life form could kill. In another zone, desert heat became the enemy. Their machines overheated. Systems slowed down. Weapons lost power. Then came the insects. A swarm moved like a dark cloud, covering an entire unit. The aliens fired wildly, but there were too many. Tiny bites. Tiny damage. But together, it was enough. Their systems failed. One by one they dropped. Back in orbit, the alien commander watched the incoming data. Loss after loss. Different causes. Different creatures. Same result. Dead units. "This is not war," one officer said quietly. The commander looked down at the planet. "No," he replied. "This is a trap. Because on this world, you did not need an army to fight. The land itself was alive. And everything in it was a weapon." Far from the burning cities, a small group of human survivors hid in an old research station near the edge of the forest. They had no weapons strong enough to fight the aliens. No army. No plan. Only one thing kept them alive: staying quiet. Among them was Dr. Ethan Cole, a wildlife scientist. He had spent years studying animal behavior in Australia. He knew the land. He knew the creatures. But what he was seeing now made no sense. Through a damaged drone camera they watched the forest. An alien patrol moved carefully between the trees. Their weapons were ready. Their movements were slow. "They've learned," one survivor whispered. Ethan nodded. "Yes, but not enough." On the screen, a bird suddenly flew across the sky, making loud, sharp calls. Ethan leaned closer. "That's not random," he said. "What do you mean?" a woman asked. Before he could answer, the attack began. From different directions animals appeared. Fast, precise. A dingo rushed in from the left. At the same time, something dropped from above. The alien soldiers turned, trying to react, but it was already too late. The attack was not wild. It was timed. Perfectly. Ethan's eyes widened. "They're signaling each other." The room went silent. "That's impossible," someone said. "Animals don't work like that." "They do now," Ethan replied. They continued watching. More patterns appeared. Birds flying ahead of danger. Small animals moving away before attacks. Predators waiting until the exact right moment. It was not just instinct anymore. It felt like coordination. Like the entire ecosystem was connected. "They see the aliens as one threat," Ethan explained, "and they are responding together." "But animals don't plan," the woman said. "They don't need to plan," Ethan said quietly. "They just need to survive." Another video clip played. Near a river, a group of crocodiles stayed hidden underwater. Nearby, alien drones scanned the area. Nothing showed up. Then suddenly, attack. The crocodiles exploded out of the water at the exact same time. The drones were destroyed in seconds. Ethan took a deep breath. "This is not normal behavior," he said. "This is something bigger." "What are you saying?" someone asked. Ethan looked at the screen, then at the others. "I think the wildlife is adapting," he said. "Faster than anything we have ever seen." Outside, distant sounds echoed through the land. Not chaos. Not random noise. Something else. Something controlled. For the first time, the survivors understood the truth. Humans were not the only ones fighting back. The animals were not just reacting. They were learning. They were changing. And together, they were becoming something far more dangerous than the aliens expected. Because on this planet, even nature could unite. And when it did, nothing could stop it. The alien commander had seen enough. "This ends now," he said. High above Earth, the largest warship moved into position. It was built for total destruction. Nothing had ever survived its full power. "This planet resists," the commander continued. "So we remove the resistance." Orders were set. Within minutes, massive machines dropped from the sky into the wildlands of Australia. These were not simple soldiers. These were war units, heavy, armored, and designed to destroy everything in their path. On the ground, the machines activated. Bright red eyes lit up. Weapons charged. The earth shook as they began to move forward. This was no longer a search. This was a wipeout. In the forest, animals went silent. No movement. No sound. It felt empty. One of the alien officers smiled. "They are afraid now." But the commander did not reply. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. Then it began. The first machine stepped forward, and the ground collapsed beneath it. Hidden tunnels gave way, dropping the heavy unit into a deep pit. Before it could rise, thick mud and water flooded in. From the sides, large shapes moved. Crocodiles. They attacked the joints, the weak points. The machine fired wildly, but its movements slowed. Then it stopped. Dead. Elsewhere, another unit marched through the desert. The heat rose higher, higher than expected. Their systems warned them. Temperature critical. Cooling systems failed. Metal expanded. Weapons jammed. Then came the swarm. Thousands of insects filled the air, entering small gaps, covering sensors, blocking vision. The machine fired blindly. It hit nothing. Moments later it shut down. In the sky, drones tried to scan for targets. But birds attacked in large numbers, crashing into them, damaging their wings and sensors. One by one the drones fell. The aliens had brought their strongest force. But the planet answered with everything it had. Water. Animals. Even the ground itself. Back on the main ship, alarms sounded everywhere. Multiple unit failures. Control lost in all wild zones. This is not possible. The commander stood still, staring at the reports. Every strategy had failed. Every weapon had been stopped. Not by one enemy, but by thousands, working as one. This world, the commander said slowly, is alive. On Earth, Ethan and the survivors watched the sky. Alien ships were pulling back. For the first time since the invasion began, the aliens were retreating from the wild. Ethan whispered, "They're losing." And it was true. The most powerful force in the galaxy was being pushed back. Not by advanced weapons, not by human armies, but by something far older, far stronger, and far more dangerous. Because when a planet decides to fight, it does not lose. The alien fleet hung silently above Earth. No attacks, no movement, only quiet after days of destruction. Inside the command ship, the room was filled with tension. Screens showed damage reports from every unit sent into Australia's wild lands. Loss after loss. Failure after failure. The commander stood still, thinking. "We did not lose to humans," one officer said carefully. "No," the commander replied. His eyes stayed on the planet below. "We lost to the planet itself." No one spoke after that. For the first time they understood the truth. This world was not weak. It was not unprotected. It was alive in a way they had never seen before. "Prepare full withdrawal," the commander ordered. The officers looked shocked. "Sir, abandon the invasion?" The commander nodded. "This world is not worth the cost." Outside, the giant ships slowly began to move. One by one they turned away from Earth. Engines lit up. The green glow returned to the sky, but this time it was fading. On the ground, humans watched in disbelief. "They're leaving," someone whispered. Ethan stepped outside the research station. The air felt different now. Lighter. Come. For the first time in days he heard birds again. Normal sounds. Peaceful sounds. He looked toward the forest. Nothing unusual could be seen. No signs of battle. No signs of war. Just trees moving gently in the wind. As if nothing had ever happened. The survivors slowly began to come out of hiding. Across Australia, people stepped into the light again. Cities were damaged, yes, but life remained. And that meant hope. Days later, small human teams explored the wild areas. They found strange things. Broken alien machines, deep in rivers. Weapons buried in sand. Tracks that suddenly stopped, with no bodies nearby. It was like the land had erased the fight. Ethan stood near a river looking at the water. A crocodile's eyes appeared for a moment, then disappeared again. Watching. Quiet. Come. He gave a small smile. "They're still here," he said softly. "But they're done fighting." High above, far from Earth, the alien fleet sent its final report. Planet classified as extreme threat. Not due to dominant species. Due to total environmental hostility. Back on Earth, humans began to rebuild. But they would never forget. Because when the end seemed certain, when no army could save them, they were not alone. This planet had always been dangerous. But now they understood something deeper. Earth does not belong only to humans. It never did. And when the time came, Australia proved it to the universe. It did not just survive. It did not just endure. Fought back.
Subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.